Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and today on the Ridge, look what I've got. Woo-hoo-hoo. This is the State of Tennessee Electrical Inspection Approved sticker. Now, it's not the final approval, but it is the rough-in inspection approval. So I'm going to apply this inside that 200 amp panel today. And guys, with this rough-in inspection approved, I can now install all the breakers and complete wiring of our off-grid solar system, which means finish up inside this 200 amp panel here. Get every single circuit terminated. Once that's done, I can call them back up and say, come on in, give me my final inspection. Of course, I've still got to put some NFPA 70E and NEC stickers for solar all over the place and do those final torque checks. But guys, we need to get these breakers installed and get everything wired up. Of course, install our sticker. Check it out. For those that may be new to Ridge Life, I've got 48 400 watt, 500 watt bifacial solar panels. Those are HowTos. They're on a Chico USA 4-car carport, and it does not leak a drop. I love that carport. Now coming inside, I've got EG4 6000 XPs. Not one, not two, but three of these inverters. Now these are 6,000 watt DC, 8,000 watt AC, so 24,000 watts AC. Now I've got a 600 amp DC bus down below. I've got a 100 amp 48 volt charge inverter from EG4. And then over here, I've got not one, but two EG4 server racks with the LLS 100 amp hour batteries. Again, this is a 48 volt system. I've got two racks of 12. So what we're going to be installing today are these breakers. And this is pretty much the arrangement we're going to be using today. We've got 50 amp, 50 amp, and 50 amp. That's our three feeds from our 6,000 XPs. I've got two 20 amp receptacle circuits for the power shed here on the south side. And over here I've got a 50 amp. This is for a camper box outside, power distribution box. I'll show you that real quick. And then of course we've got a well pump with 20 amp. And then I've got three also 20 amp circuits, one for the mini split in here. And this is an EG4 9,000 BTU mini split. Works great keeping everything cool in here. And then of course also have two receptacle circuits. Here's our 4-car carport with the 48 solar panels on it. The wires you see hanging over there, those are just temporary wires. We've got all of our conduit and trench already done. And I am totally impressed by this carport again from Chico USA. I've done videos and a torrential downpouring rain and zero leakage. Very impressed. Our conduit comes up through a DC disconnect on each column for 2 strings of 8. You can see our weather head up there. Everything looks nice and clean. And then over here on the center column, I've also got a GFCI receptacle to be used out here on the carport. Inside the tool side of our power shed, I call it the tool shed, we've got 2 quad receptacle boxes, and they are GFCI protected there by that one circuit. Under our gazebo here, next to the Ridge crib, my little camper, I got a GFCI protected receptacle on the column there. And then we also have our 220 volt well pump right there, again fed from our 200 amp panel. On the back side of the power shed, we've got our feed coming in from our trench going over to gazebo. I've got a generator box right there that goes to the charge inverter, and again that will not be going to our 200 amp panel. That goes straight to the 600 amp bus. But I do have this really nice power distribution panel. This is what that 50 amp breaker will be feeding, and it has a 50 amp, 30 amp, and a GFCI receptacle built right in here. And I'm super excited to have that, because that way I can power the Ridge crib over there right from this box and not have to have any temporary wiring. On the north side of the power shed. We've got our EG4 mini split condenser right here. And we have our disconnect. And again, this is a 120 volt system, not 220. So that was pretty easy to set up in our 200 amp panel with one 20 amp single pole breaker. Last but not least, out here on the west side of the power shed, going in the insulated door, we've got a rapid shutdown switch. Hit that and kills everything. And I've also got a GFCI receptacle right here on the power shed. That's enough talking. Let's get to work. Ta-da! That's a lot of wires. All right, look a little closer at what cables we've got in here. The first ones that came down, this is our main cabinet bonding ground. So all the every metal cabinet we have here, including the inverters, are all grounded to each other, and that's including the server rack. So everything definitely has a good bond, and that goes all the way back with this heavy. I believe this is was this 8 gauge? I believe this is 8 gauge. Could be. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, 8 gauge, and that was going to go to the ground bond inside our main panel here. Let's see. We've got tool receptacle, 12 gauge, 20 amp circuit. This is the carport and outside GFCI receptacle, 20 amp, 12 gauge circuit. These big wires right here, these are 6 gauge with an 8 gauge ground. These are the 3 feeds from our inverters. That's why these cables here are so big. That's 6 gauge, and that is the load output, 50 amp from each of our inverters. So we got all of these. That's what's going to go to those 50 amp breakers right here, 1, 2, and 3. And these actually will be our main disconnects. These 3 here are what feeds this 200 amp panel. The 200 amp breaker in the bottom there is actually going to feed the house. It's the output breaker. I know it's kind of opposite since this is a combiner panel. This big one right here, these 6 gauge right here. This is the load distribution panel on the outside. And where's the ground at? There's the 8 gauge ground right next to it. And let's see, we got here, this is our mini split and our receptacle circuit. So we have inside here, we've got that receptacle right there, and the mini split is on the other side of it. Again, it is GFCI protected right here, GFCI protected. Let's see, and then we got right here, this is our well pump and GFCI receptacle out on the outside of the gazebo in the red and black. This is our well pump right here. So everything, that's our circuits. Again, we've got let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 circuits. And I believe we can go ahead and put this sticker right there. Oh, I'm excited. Actually, after thinking about it, I don't really want to hide it behind the dead front or the cover. I want to be able to have it inspectable without having to take the dead front off, because technically you're supposed to kill all power when you have the dead front off. So I'm going to put it on the inside of the door somewhere in the dead front. So when you open it up, you'll see it right there. So we'll figure that towards the end. But now I got to get breakers installed. And these breakers are really, really cool in this Homeline Square D 200 amp panel. I don't need any screws or anything to put them in. They've got the little stabs right there that come pre-greased. And so this is a 2-pole, meaning it has connections to both positive or both line sides of the, this is 120 and this is 120. You get 240 by combining the two in a 240 double pole breaker. And it connects right here to both sides. See how these, every other one go to this side, and these, every other one go to this side. So we'll balance the load with our breakers. And so all I got to do is put the little catches right here in, and then slide that over there, pop it in place. Come a little closer, I'll show you on the next one. So we can see, here's the little catches that go under these little grooves right here. There's the stabs, pre-greased, that go right there on the bus. So I just slide it in, get it under it, pop it in place, and now we are good to go. Another 50 amp. All right, in there good. 20 amp, same way. Get it on, get it under. Oh goodness, why is that one not? Oh, it's not. It wasn't under the groove there very good. There we go. And one more on this side. I should have 2 circuits left on this one when we're done. On the top, I mean. There we go. Get in there. All right, there's all of those on that side. Now let's get this other side. 50 amp. There. There we go. And 20 amp for the well. There we go. And now we got, let's see here. This is, I believe, the receptacle out by the gazebo. And then mini split. Tripped it. Something tripped. Oh, there we go. There's no power in here, guys. I promise there's no power. And then the receptacle in here. There we go. Everything is off. Installed properly. Now we can get our dead front. Well, actually, no. We'll wait till we get everything wired up. Then we'll worry about popping the plates off the dead front. Yeah. Before I start wiring this panel, I want to speak to the elephant in the room. This is going to be a very controversial topic. I'm going to have so many people in the comment section saying, "You're an idiot. You don't know what you're doing. You need to call an electrician. You just messed that all up." Well, guys, here's what's going on. This is my combiner panel for my solar, right? The 350 amp feeds go into here, but this is also my main panel. First means of disconnect from my power source, right? Power source coming in from the inverters. This is my first means of disconnect. What happens on your first means of disconnect? You ground your neutral to ground. You ground your neutral bus to the backplane, to ground. And you can see over here, I've got my grounding electroconductor going in, screwed into the backplane, 6 gauge bare solid copper. So this panel is grounded, right? This neutral bus is also grounded by this green screw. You screw that in tight, grounds the neutral. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing, since this is a main panel, is I'm going to be taking my hot lead into the breaker, my neutral to the screw right below it for the neutral bus, and then, guys, I'm going to also put the ground right next to it. There's 2 screws by each breaker, right? You can only have 1 neutral per hole unless it's rated for 2, but 99% of them, only 1 neutral per hole, and so white wire. So, yes, guys, black, white, green, all the way down. Not going to be a ground bus on the sides in my main panel. Now my sub panel in my house. Oh, your house has to be your main panel. First means of disconnects coming into the house. No, on my property here, this is my main panel. From it will be fed the sub panel in the house. Oh, so many heads are exploding right now. They're already typing, "You can't do that. You need to have a ground bus. You can't ground your neutral inside this panel. It's a combiner panel." Guys, quote the NEC down below. My dad is a master electrician, retired. My brother, I believe, is a master electrician now also. He's been journeyman for many, many years. I think he's a master electrician now. And I've also checked with the NEC, and I've been an electrician for over 30 years in the industrial environment. Again, not residential and solar, but if you think I'm wrong, comment away. I know it's going to be a controversial topic, but when I get done, this panel is going to look good. Very good. I got this heat shrink printer paper. I guess you'd call it paper. It's heat shrink and it's printable. And you put this inside one of those cartridges and everything. I don't have one of the printers, but I do have a really fine, fast drying ink pen here, technical black ink pen. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pre-cut a bunch of these so I can slide them over the wires. I'll form the wires into place. That way when you take the dead front off, everything will still be labeled very, very clearly what each circuit is. Of course, on the dead front, inside the door, it says circuit 1 is this and everything. My handwriting is terrible too, so I'm gonna write it as clear as I can on these. And on the door, I think Grandma Carol has a label maker. I might see if I can get her to print me out the labels and I can stick them on the door. That way everything looks really, really good. So let me go ahead and cut these. I think with the way I write about that far is perfect. So let's cut that. Pull the next one out about the same length. And I've got 10 circuits, but those big 6-gauge wires, I'm probably gonna put one on each. So I'm gonna make sure I get all of them the same length. And so I'm gonna have to get a bunch of these. So I'll be back in just a minute. Why are you still there? I told you I'd be back in just a minute. Hold on a second. Just hold your horses, guys. I'll be right back. 18. All right, I got 18 of these made up here. Now I'm gonna start labeling all the circuits in as best handwriting I can do, which is not very good. But good. Luckily, this will be hidden by the dead front, so only me and the inspector will get to see it. And you, of course, on the video. But so I guess maybe thousands might see it. Oh no. All right, let's see if I can make decent work of this. Let's see. Mini split. M I N I S P L I T. Me split. Yeah, that does not look very good. Okay. Luckily, it's gonna be hidden. All right, mini split. Let's see. We'll say inverter INV number 1. See? INV number 1. INV number 2. All right, let me get the rest of these done and I'll be right back. INV number 3. All righty. For a lefty, that's not too bad. It could be a lot worse. Now that we got our labels made up, I think it's time to start stripping wires. All right, these are the inverter wires, the big 6-gauge. And you can see I've got 1 piece of tape, 2 pieces of tape, 3 pieces of tape. So this is number 1. And I got more than enough room. You definitely don't want to make mistakes when you cut it though. Because once you cut it, you're not going to be able to stretch it. Cable stretching, that's a joke. You don't stretch your cables. So let me see here. Let me get my pocket knife. Cut this tape off right here. Again, this is number 1. So I'm gonna get my sleeves, and I want them to be red. I want to be able to read them like this, so they need to be slid on. So let's see if I can open these up. Oh, can I do this? I might need to get something to pop these apart. Oh, got it. So number 1, and I can heat shrink these later if I want to. So number 1, and let's see, pop it apart, Tim. You can do this. Yeah, number 1. And I'm not labeling the ground, just because it'd be right behind it. So I know the neutral will be too, but I'm not really going to label any of the grounds. It's pretty self-explanatory. I definitely don't want to. Ooh, let's see. I got to do the white. I didn't do the white, did I? I did the. I put 2 on the black. Why'd you let me do the black twice, huh? So let's get the white, and then let's get the red. Can't believe you let me do that. All right. Slide it on down, slide it on down. And then I can pull them where I need to. Now, we gotta bend and go to the back and come up to the front. So about right there. So let me cut these and cross our fingers this is right. All right, so I got the red and black formed. And see, I bent them going up and then back over. So that should be just perfect to go in right there. So let me cut both of these. This is scary, guys. I'm scared. I'm so scared. So first one, second one. So those are gonna go right in there when I strip them, just like that. And then the neutral and the ground are gonna go right into the back plane, right there. So cut these two. Oh, super scary. All right, let me strip these back. We'll get them fastened. All right, about that much right there. Get it in. There's the ground. And neutral. Make sure I don't bust any. All right, now for the big boys. Big boys. Definitely don't want to get too much. And the black. These big ones are easy to form. They're more rigid. The smaller ones are harder to form and stay where you want them. So now we should be able to get these in. Let me start with the neutral and ground in the back. Oops, I almost made a mistake. If you start at the bottom, your cables over it have to go over those. You want to start at the top, right? So if you start at the top, your lower ones cover those. So if I need to start all the way top, it means I need to start on the smaller wires, which I actually have those now ready. So let's go ahead and get the smaller ones here first. So let's do neutral. Neutral, let me separate them. Okay. I got them taped. I got every set taped at the bottom, so if the label falls off, I still know which set goes together. So let's see here. This neutral is going to be right here. There we go. And again, I'll come back and torque everything to spec later on. Oops, got to get in there all the way though. Huh. Those screws were far out. Okay. Make sure it's on, not on the insulation. It's good. And the ground, again, I'll pretty the angles up. You gotta make your cabinet presentable. There we go. Yeah, these screws are way out for 12 gauge, aren't they? Make sure it's not on the insulation. It's not. Okay, so bend it 90 degrees. Bend it 90 degrees, nice and flat right there. Black one, and then I bend it up like this. I can go ahead and slide the label over here. And this is the top one. Again, no ferrules on these. I know it's stranded wire, but it does have the plate, so it holds it very, very nicely right there. Okay, all right, so that one, let's bend it appropriately. Get everything bent. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. Let's go ahead and get, where's the second one here? I think I've got that one ready. Whenever I go to do a bigger one, I'll bring in for more of a close-up so you can see exactly what I'm doing here. So white, neutral. Again, I know I'm putting neutral and ground on the same bus bar because it's a main panel. And some people, it just looks bad. It just looks bad. I think it's gonna look pretty good. I actually think it's gonna look pretty amazing. I mean, some people like to have a separate ground bar, all the greens to it and all the whites to you know, these bars right here, but they have the extra screws for a reason. This is a main. All right, that's good. And green right below that one. There we go. I am lucky this is not like a 36 circuit panel. Only got 10 circuits to do. I know it was a bunch of double pole breakers, but 10 circuits is way better than 36 circuits. So let me get the angle there. And so that got angle, gotta bend it so it looks good. Okay. Again, I'll zip tie everything at the end. There we go. Now the black one, slide this up. This is power shed and carport receptacle on the outside. Get this under here. Going on the bottom, there we go. Sorry if I just hit my microphone, I probably got loud on you there. Alrighty. Again, I'll come back and torque everything later. Let's bend these appropriately. Oh yeah. Look at that, look at that. That looks good. All right, now we got the big ones. Just so you can see here before I get everything, I got them zip tied, all pulled together right there. We can see everything is green, white, got everything angled on it just right. Now I should be able to get, and not inverter 1, we'll do inverter 3, 2, and then 1. All right, let's see if you can see me get these installed without my head getting in the way. That's the trick right here. If I can do this without my head getting in the way. And you gotta make sure you do the tug test. Tug, tug, tug. There we go. Let's see. Green. So I need to bend that just a little bit more that way. Green right below it. There we go. Again, I'll pretty up the angles a little bit later. Hope my head's not in the way. Tight, tight, tight. There we go, tug, tug, tug. All right, that looks good. So I got the inverter wire right there. I'm just gonna leave that right there since the angle it is. All right, so now black, and I got it pre-bent. Slide that right there. Black, let's see if I can get it. Oh, don't get the whiskers. Can I get it in there? Get it in there. Oh my God, sorry, I gotta get ahead of you there. So. Ugh, I can't get it in the hole. There we go, I got it. Sorry about my head again, guys. There's not much room to work. I should actually let you watch me do the other side because there's actually more room on the other side, but I'm just let you, I'll do one on this side, and then we'll do the other one on that side. So that one, slide that up here. Inverter number 3. And I'll bend this a little bit more. All right, and red right below. Again, sorry about my head, guy. I just got it. Hard to see. Hard to see. There we go. In. All right, we got it. Tighten this one down. Woo. Tug test. Good. Bend this one up. Actually, a little bit on the. There we go. So, all right, I'll pretty that up again in a minute, but there you can see how we're doing it. All right, number 2 inverter. I think I've got everything cut to the proper length. If I can get it slid into the hole. Come on, get in there. This is always the hard part with these big gauge wires. Getting it in the hole without it getting a whisker. You don't want a whisker. Is it open enough? Maybe it's not open enough. This is the biggest they get. Really couldn't put a bigger wire in here. Number 6 is about it. There we go. Oh, one whisker. Dang it. All right. There we go. Now we got it. Tighten that up. All right. Get it tightened up a little bit more. There we go. Tug test. Good. Slide that up. Green ground. This one should go in a little easier. Should. Famous last words. Should. There's the hole right there. Oh yeah, not a problem. No whiskers. Got a whisker. As soon as I said no whiskers, a whisker popped out. When I say whisker, it's a errant strand of copper popping out. You call those whiskers in the industry, and we do not like whiskers. Got to keep your whiskers in the hole. No whisker. It's a whisker-free zone. I'm really using the wrong screwdriver for this. Where'd the other one go? There we go. This one get nice and tight. Good and tight. Ugh. All right. That looks good. Let's see if we can get the slide that up. Yep, that looks good right there. And let's see, black. Can I get the black in? This is a straight screwdriver now. No whiskers. Bend it a little bit. Get him in the hole. It's always the hard part. It's almost like easier to, there we go. Hey, we got it. Got lucky on that one. Squeaky, squeaky. Tighty, tighty. Tug test. Good. Slide the sleeve up over there so you can read what it is. Inverter number 2. Get it bent properly. There we go. Inverter number 3. Inverter number 2. 2. All right. Get it in the hole. Oh, I see you there. I see you there. I see you. Get it. Aha, we got it. Ha 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 ha. Ah, squeaky, squeaky. Squeaky, squeaky, no breaky. Slide that up. Inverter 2 is done. Ho ho. Nice. Last but not least, number 3. And so far, I am pretty happy with how these turning out. Other sides should be a lot easier. I've only got one of the 6 gauge. The rest of all the 12 gauge. 12 gauge are like that, right? Let's see here. We said white. Again, I'm gonna block your view just a second, guys. Get this in. Just a second. Just a second. I gotta get that. Oh, I just lost my bit there, but that's all right. That's all right. I can tighten it up with this one. All right. White in the hole. No whiskers in the hole. Some people say, why aren't you using no locks or any type of lubricant or anything? This is copper. And I pretty much never use it on this copper. They do make some copper ones, but I don't use it. I'm not using any kind of straight aluminum. If you had aluminum on these big ones, 2-aught or something, you know, you would dip it in it, but nope. Not today. All right, so there's the neutral and green. Let's go ahead and get this one in right below it. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now make sure I do the tug test before I go to the black ones. Tug, tug. Excellent. All right, so now black. Let's see, do I have enough slack here? 99. I want to, there we go. That's why. It's always taking so much. Let's get in there. All right, get this opened up. There we go. I like it when a plan comes together. The plan, boss, the plan. Ugh. All right, let me get this pushed up here before I lose it. Inverter number 1. And the last one here. Let's see if I can get it in the hole. Probably gonna have to loosen. Oh yeah, definitely gotta loosen this one up some more. There we go. We got it in. Ah, okay. Get this slid up over there. Tug test. Good, good, good. Woo, guys, look at that. Ho, 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 that looks so good, yeah. Let me get a couple zip ties on this bundle, make it look better. Got one more cable on this side, and it is the equipment or the cabinet grounds for everything downstream. And I'm gonna put it right here on this bus. So I need to come back behind it, right there. I think that's where I want it. Yeah. And let's see. I'll get this. I get that one. Is that one far enough out? It is. See if I can get it in there. Come on. Where's my? Sometimes it helps to use a pair of pliers to get it where you want it. And this is 8 gauge, so it should go in there a little bit easier if I can get it lined up. Just like that. Just like that. Put this straight up. There we go. That makes everything downstream nice and grounded. Okay. I love that. Now let me get a zip tie right here and I'll bring you in closer, okay? Okay, here we go. The first and hardest side is done. White, green, white, green, white, green on the back row, and then black, red on the top. So do you see any issues? All you master electricians out there, tell me if you think I made a mistake. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm gonna start on this side now, and this side's a lot easier. Not hard, not many wires to do, and one less circuit. Woo, guys, things happen quickly here on the Ridge. I just went to Grandma Carol's, got a bite to eat, and picked up her brother label maker for the inside door labeling all the circuits, and look at the rain that happened. Now luckily everything got covered up very, very nicely in the trenches, but I left the low spot right here where the pavers are going to go, and now I've got a lake right outside the power shed door. That's all right though. Ooh, that thunder, guys. We got some big storms coming. All right, but I got the label maker, so let's have some fun. Whew, had my rain jacket here. All right, so I do have Grandma Carol's brother label maker here, the P-Touch. I don't know what that means. Some of you might be asking, hey Tim, why didn't you just get the heat shrink for this label maker? It did not do ones this wide. So I bought this, and the ones I have don't fit this. So again, those are just, you know, behind the dead front. You'll never see those. What I'm going to print here is going to go on the inside door, you know, where it says circuit 1, circuit 2, circuit 3. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and I'm going to print up all the stickers. We'll knock out the spaces on that we're going to use in the dead front, get the stickers on the dead front, and then we'll come back and finish this up the other side. Might do that in time lapse since you've already seen me do it. So let me go ahead and make some labels, and we'll get that door made up. I'm going to make labels for inverter number 1, inverter number 2, and inverter number 3. We'll do those first. If I can spell it right. Inverter, space, where's the number sign? Number uno, number 1. All right, let's print. 1 copy. I'm just gonna see what it looks like first. Oh, look at that. Inverter number 1. All right, so let me do number 2, backspace, 2, print, and cut. Oh yeah, inverter number 2. I don't know why that one didn't cut off the end there. I got scissors for that. Inverter number 3, print, 1 copy, and 3. I like it. All right, let me go ahead and print the rest of these, and I'll get that panel. We'll start knocking the spaces out for the breakers we've got. Get those stickers on, then we'll finish up this other side. All righty, we've got all our stickers printed out. I think my abbreviations I'll be able to understand, you know, power panel and power shed, tool shed. Let's come over here, and we've got our panel lined up. Now I gotta start knocking these little inserts out. I think I'm gonna go 1 from the top here and 2 from over here. Is that right? Yeah, 1 from the top here and 2 from over here. I believe that's right. Or let's see, maybe it's 2 and 3. I'll figure it out. I did verify. It is 2 from the top and 3 on the right and 3 on the left. So I might need to do this on the back side. Let me see here. I might need to do it on the back side. Well, it's working pretty good from the front. Noise here. Ugh, come on. Let me turn it around and see if it will do better from the back. Ugh. It looks like they're bent out from the back a little bit more. Let me try this one. There we go. 1. So this is the left, so I got to do 3 from the top. Come on now. There we go. 3 from the top. Maybe I should go all the way up. Just pop off. Nope. Oh, a little better. 1 more. Alright, keep going, Tim. We gotta go 3 from the top from there. I'm getting there. Oh, 3. Whew, I almost went too far. Let's see if I can get this one out of there. Oh, pop! Pop goes the weasel. The weasel, Pauly Shore, munching on some grindage. Gonna butter that corn. What movie's that from? Pauly Shore and Son-in-Law. It's a classic. So 3 and 2. All right, so this is 2 on the side. Can't put them back in. They do make insert blanks to fill it up. All right. Almost there. 1 more. Is that right? Yeah. So yep, that's right. Okay. Second guessing myself. All right. Let's flip it back around. And we're going to put the stickers over here. All right, let's start with inverter number 1's at the bottom right. Peel these off. All right, this is a double pole breaker, so it takes up 1 and 3. So I'm just going to put it right in between 1 and 3 there. And then it'll be these 2 right here, 1 and 3. Okay. Number 2. Get these on here. Let's see if I can get that bent back a little bit better. There we go. Number 2 is between 5 and 7. straight. It's going to be permanent. Come on, Tim. See if I can get it on there straight. There we go. Inverter number 2. Inverter number 3. Man, it is thundering and lightning outside. Pretty bad. All right. Between 9 and 11, inverter number 3. There we go. And then let's see, we got 2 open at the top, so it's going to be these 2 right here, which is, we got the power shed outside receptacles. If I can get this off of here. Come on. I split this one into 2 because it was so long. Didn't have much room for it. Here we go. So 13. 13. Come on, get over there. There we go. Power shed out. And oops, dropped it. And let's see if I can get this one off of here. Power shed out and upside down. Carport receptacle. A little bit farther over. Right there. Help I didn't have it angled. Power shed and carport receptacle. And the last one is the tool shed receptacle, and that leaves 2 open at the top. Peeling these things off is kind of tough. And the tool shed receptacle. Too far over. Right there. Boom. So 15 is tool shed receptacle, 13 is power shed outside and carport receptacle, 11 and 9 is inverter 3, 7 and 5 inverter 2, 3 and 1 inverter 1. All right, for this side, we got the power panel. I know watching me do this is probably like paint drying, so if you want to fast forward, you can go ahead and fast forward, but I bring you along for everything. All right, so this one is both 2 and 4. I'm gonna get it straight. 2 and 4. Man, these stickers are hard to put on. All right, okay. Especially when you got big fat finger. Okay, 2 and 4. 50 amp power panel. Let's see. Well pump is, it's going to be kind of hard to get the well pump on there. Let's see if I can make it fit. I think I can make it fit. So 2 and 4, well pump is 6 and 8. Well pump, got it over there. Okay, and then next is a gazebo receptacle. And that's a single. Let's see if I can get this in here. Gazebo receptacle. Man, that thunder. Thunder and lightning. So, and I put those on the top. So gazebo receptacle. Oop, it's crooked. Don't mess it up, Tim. It's crooked, crooked, crooked. There we go. Gazebo receptacle. And let's see. We'll do mini split AC. I gotta make sure I put them on the same way. The sleeves on the wires, but I'll have this as a reference. That'll help. Definitely help. And the mini split AC and the uh-oh. Did I mess up somewhere? 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, right here. I was like, I should be one more lower. Mini split AC, and then we'll have one more on the right side. And the sticker after this is going to be a special sticker. Oh yeah. So this one goes right there. Boom, power shed inside receptacle. All good. Now check this out, guys. So these stickers go this way. So we're going to do our electrical inspection sticker. Yes! Make sure I get it right. We're going to do it right here. Boom. Yes, we are official. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this left side. I'm gonna do this in time lapse, play a little easy listening music for you. So hope you enjoy. Here we go. So let's see. Ta-da! Whew. Made a few mistakes on there. I had to pull them off, put the labels back on, or do some. Let me get some zip ties on here, pretty this up. I'll be right back. Dun, 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 dun. How does that look, everybody? Give me your honest opinion. What did I mess up? What did I do right? Tell me what you think. Tell me what you really, really think. So let's look again over here. See, I've got the single circuits. And I got the double pole, black, red, black, red, black, red. And behind there, of course, we did the white, green on the neutral ground bar. It is a neutral ground bar. This is a main. I know there's so many people are like, oh no, you can't do that. You can't do that. See, we got white, green, white, green, 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 green all on the back, white. Everything's zip tied, clean. Same thing over here. We got the ground electroconductor coming up, and it is tapped and threaded into the back plane. That's not a self-tapping screw. That's a threaded, tapped bolt. So we have our 50 amp power circuit, black, red. We got our well, black, red. And then, of course, we've got our other single pole circuits. And again, neutrals and greens in the back. Tell me what you think, guys. There's my grounding screw to the neutral. Now, whenever I put the house in, My house neutral will go right here, and then my house line, 2 lines will go on either side right there. We'll use that and knock out, actually, we're going to come in from the bottom right here, down the wall, right there, come up to the bottom of there and go in there. That's how the house is going to be. What do you think, guys? I know this is a controversy. What do you think? Let's get this dead front put on. Get right over. Everything should be good. Oh, let's open it up so we can see what it looks like. Make sure everything fits where it's supposed to. Right there. Look at that. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the screws. What do I do with all the screws? There they are. One right here. Boom, boom, boom. This is a momentous occasion, guys. Super momentous. The last of the major wires are wired up. Oh my goodness. Tim is tickled pink. Tickled pink. Now I will be installing one more thing in this panel later on. That will be a little bit later. Does anybody know what it will be? What do you think I'm going to be installing in this panel in the future? Tell me what you think. I'm going to tell you here in just a second. I want you to leave a comment down below what you think I'm going to be installing. Open. Now I've got a lot of stickers to put on here, but I ain't talking about stickers. Lots of stickers. All right, open it up. Dun 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 dun. We've got tool shed receptacle, 20 amp. Power shed outside and carport receptacles, 20 amp. Inverter number 3, inverter number 2, inverter number 1, 50 amp power panel, well pump, gazebo receptacle, mini split AC, and the 20 amp, and a power shed inside receptacle, 20 amp. Then we have, of course, our sticker. Woo! What do you think I'm going to be installing? Well, what it is, where'd it go? Here it is. I'm going to be installing another double pole breaker up here, and we're going to be installing an MPD. That's going to be a surge arrestor, lightning and surge arrestor. It'll pop out the side here, go straight in, and that will give us a little bit of surge protection. We're going to install them on all the inverters as well. The DC, every DC string, you know, the solar strings, and the AC. They all get the MPDs. SPD, MPD. Let me know what you think down below. I think I got a mess to clean up, and I save almost all that copper too, if it's of any length at all, because I know I'll be using things in the future. I have a mess to clean up. I know I got tons more stickers to install, all my solar stickers, my main stickers and everything, but that will be on another video. So let me clean this up, and I'll be right back. Got our mess cleaned up, and we are ready for the next phase. What's the next phase? That's right. All we got to do is get our stickers on that are required by the NEC, National Electric Code. I got to torque everything down to the manufacturer recommended torque spec. And I got a lot of stuff to torque down. Battery connections, oh my gosh, tons and tons of wires and bolts to torque down. Going to make sure they're all right, even the ones out there on the solar carport. And of course, I've also got to rearrange the last 4 strings of our solar, get off the temporary power, get them ready. Once that's done, I can call up the state electrical inspector and say, please come out and give me my final inspection, and hopefully I didn't miss anything else. I know you got a lot of comments. I said earlier this is going to be a controversial video, and I guarantee there's going to be some opinions about how I screwed things up. I really want to hear what you have to say, so leave a comment down below. Guys, woo, thunder. It's still nasty storming out there, guys. Well, again, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. It's always 100% free. Hit that notification bell down there so you can find out, oh my gosh, did Tim pass his final inspection? Coming up very soon. So guys, love every single one of you. And until next time, hope everyone has a blessed day, and go Ridge Life.